Hi, and welcome to my presentation on policies and procedures within the workplace. My name is Victoria, and if you'd like to know more, just keep watching. The formal policy that I have chosen to talk about is health and safety within the workplace. My workplace is KFC. What is the policy? A health and safety policy is a piece of legislation that sets out your general approach and commitment, together with the arrangements you have put in place for managing health and safety in your business. It is a unique document that says who does what, when, and how. A documented health and safety policy is a legal requirement. What does the policy include? Areas must be kept clean, neat and tidy. There must not be any trailing electrical wires. Any liquid spilled must be immediately cleaned. Drawers, cupboards and cabinets must be closed immediately. Why was the policy put in place? Around the world, there are 2.7 million deaths per year that happen within the workplace. Technology has advanced and equipment is becoming bigger and more powerful. For businesses like KFC, deep fat fryers were not used until a business became popular. The policy was put in place in order to decrease the number of accidents that occurred within the workplace. On the left shows the number of non-fatal injuries within the workplace. There has been a steady decrease since the policy was introduced in 1974. It is estimated to have decreased by over half since the year 2000. The second graph shows the number of work-related ill health. The figure is said to have decreased by a third since the year 1990. The graph shows that the number of fatal injuries while at work was 700 per year in 1974. Since the policy has been put in place, this figure has decreased to around 105 per year. This is an estimated 85% decrease, meaning that the policy has increased employee safety at work and has been an important piece of legislation within every company. KFC implement the policy so that all employees can work in a safe environment free from any risk or danger. Working within a fast food chain can be dangerous. The policy ensures that hazards involved can be minimised and in turn reducing absenteeism within the workplace. Less accidents means less time off work and increased employee morale. What does the policy achieve? A health and safety policy ensures that employees can come to work feeling safe and secure. The policy helps to reduce absenteeism within the workplace. If there are less hazards, then there are less accidents and in turn will mean that less people miss work. It helps improve the profit and loss statement. Finally, it helps to improve the overall business profile. If sales are increased and productivity is high, it makes the business look better. Is it helpful to managers? There are many reasons why it is and isn't helpful to managers at KFC. Implementing the policy can often be time consuming for managers, meaning that it takes essential time away from important jobs that have to be done. However, the policy is helpful because it creates a better company image, which therefore makes the manager look better. It will be a boost in sales and an increase on profit, which reflects well on the manager. Does it serve its purpose? The answer to this question is yes. It is very simple. The policy does what it was set out to do. KFC aim for all its staff to feel safe during their shift, and by putting these policies in place, they are able to do that. How well does it fit the cultures, value, and purpose of the business? KFC's key belief states that they believe all employees have the right to work in a fair and safe environment, meaning that this policy does fit the cultures and values of the business. It helps the company to meet its goals and because of this, creates a better company image. What are the current issues around implementing this policy? There are a few main issues around implementing the policy, the main one being that new employees take quite a significant time to train. Another one being that not all employees abide by the rules and regulations. Thirdly, safety equipment is expensive. And finally, there is not enough time to ensure that all staff are following procedures. What level of awareness and commitment is there to this policy? Everyone within KFC recognises the policy. Each employee must sign a contract when they first begin working with the company. This contract is an obligation for all employees to adhere to the policy. There is a high level of commitment because staff know if they do not follow procedures, there is a chance of them getting injured and being unable to work. What impact has the policy had on KFC and other businesses? The policy has had a positive impact on KFC and other businesses. However, if we were looking at the big picture, the cost of implementing a health and safety policy has cost businesses over $3.3 million in 2017, which could be a negative for KFC. A key goal for them is to become the biggest fast food chain, and the cost of implementing this policy may mean that they are unable to meet this goal. The policy that I'm going to be talking about is an informal policy called working hours, including holiday days. What is the policy? This policy is the ability to choose when you work, how many hours you wish to work, and when you want to request holiday days. In terms of KFC, this policy allows employees to request holiday days and the number of hours you want by using a calendar that is in the office. The manager will then use this calendar to create the weekly rota by meeting the needs of each employee. Why was the policy put in place? Statistics show that 67% of employees within the UK wish they were offered flexible hours. If employees are given the choice of hours and shift patterns, they have an increased work rate and a healthier work-life balance. 2% of employees would choose a flexible work life over a pay rise. And finally, 70% of employees say that being offered flexible hours makes the job more attractive. KFC implement the policy to help employees feel more valued at work, to keep stress levels to a minimum, to ensure that all employees have a higher rate of productivity while on their shifts at work, because it gives the manager more time to plan the rota. What does the policy achieve? The policy was implemented in order to create employee happiness. If employees are happy while at work, in turn it leads to less staff turnover. If employees get to customise their shifts at work, it will mean that they can choose shorter shifts, which in turn will decrease stress levels. If employees are happier at work and less stressed at work, it will improve the business profile. Is it helpful to managers? The policy can be both helpful and unhelpful to managers at KFC. Managers are able to create the rota at last minute, meaning that they can prioritise more important jobs. The store may become understaffed if all employees decide to take their holidays at the same time. Employees feel more valuable at work and it encourages a higher work rate, meaning KFC can meet its targets faster. Does it serve its purpose? It serves its purpose well. KFC encourages work-life balance through the use of its informal policy. Employees feel more valued within the company and it encourages a higher rate of work, meaning KFC can meet its targets faster. How well does it fit the culture, values and purpose of the business? Key belief for KFC is that they encourage work-life balance through the use of informal practices and policies, meaning it does fit the culture and values of the company. What are the current issues around implementing the policy? It is difficult for a manager to plan the rota at last minute. The store could become understaffed if employees decide to take holidays at the same time, and within my workplace there isn't enough staff to implement this policy. What level of awareness and commitment is there to this policy? Everyone within KFC recognises this policy and takes full advantage of it. There is a calendar in the office where employees can write down their wanted hours and holiday days. If they don't, it then becomes up to managers' discretion. However, the franchise manager and stakeholders do not know about this policy. The handbook states rotas need to be completed 6 weeks in advance. What impact has the policy had on KFC and other businesses? 77.2% of people said that flexible hours has made the job more appealing to them. This is helpful to KFC because getting a job with them is having the ability to customise shifts. 5% of companies have a flexible working policy, 83% saw an increase in productivity, 61% reported a boost in profits, 8% said that their profile has been positively impacted due to implementing a flexible working policy. Thank you very much for watching, and I really hope you've enjoyed my presentation.